straight new wave. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yours. Yeah. 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 Memories. Memories. Memories.
say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Varsity in a 4v3.
Everfrog Esports trying to find what angle they can, trying to find somebody out of position.
We're gonna go through on this. Oh, what a roll. We're gonna deflect. White gonna go in.
It's going to be a really, really interesting one.
Oh my god. All of this competition could be so damn close, so I cannot wait for us to finally decide who's going to be the champion. We are expecting some chaos, some great moments.
Beast Mode has killed 3. Only gonna really need that rampage, so it's gonna clear it out. Santi gonna get themselves a big old 4K. Oh. Santi's getting rid of 3, clearing out the house.
That is crazy.
Nunji actually kills 3 people.
This team feels entirely different on this faster composition. Now Saga 4 is hanging around, getting onto the high ground. Post bomb's gonna stick under Leaky. You're not gonna be able to survive it at the end of the day. Manages to find a 3K.
Rio shoving this Ana into a corner. Woo! One more for the road for Rio.
That is all signs go. Melophobia with 3 Melophobia. Start the fight. They'll end the fight. Oh my god. Beagle Bus, they have to play aggressively into this energy. Popping off in a moment where you needed just that. Ruby in that backline. Oh, the flick. Looking for it. Oh my goodness. The 4th one as well. Do they get the ace? They get the ace.
Nope.
Reason some would say, right? I'm excited for this matchup, right? This is the last losers round matchup. This is kind of holding up the entire NAGM tier right now. But this should be a fun one, right? Mythos Phoenix versus RRG Varsity. And we're just waiting to see who is going to be meeting Enenra after that disappointing winners round matchup, losing 3-0 to Squirt Squad up in that upper bracket. So we definitely know Enenra's looking for revenge to get moving forward. But right now, like I said, we're still in losers round 1. We've got Mythos Phoenix versus RRG Varsity.
Yeah, and if you look a little bit further ahead, you already do see Squirt Squad there waiting in the losers finals for, I mean, at now 3 games to be played after this one here tonight. Big T-Tar fan 600 waiting in that grand finals as well. And that was something that we talked about last night a little bit, the fact that it was going to be a long wait for those 2 teams, but these 2 teams are roaring and ready to go here. Mythos Phoenix, a great team to their own right. RRG from the University of Texas at San Antonio here, the Roadrunners. I mean, you see their brother team there in RRG JV in that second round of losers there against Vivier. So, I mean, a lot of good talent coming out here, but right now we have to focus in on the matchup we have here tonight. Joker, these 2 teams never met in the regular season, so the first time that they're going to be seeing each other here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, what other way, right? I mean, to get through everything into this, get through to the round number 2, right? Should be a banger of a series, man. I mean, we're going to see here, right? Obviously, like we said, both of these 2 teams didn't have the best round number 1, but Mythos Phoenix won against Big Tardar fan, right? They're already in the finals. So we can discount that 3-0, but RRG Varsity losing to their JV squad 3-0, and yeah, it might not be as reasonable. We'll see here, though. Obviously, there is obviously a chance that we could get that rematch in that losers round 3 if RRG Varsity goes on a little bit of a run. But I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, I am too as well. Now, when I looked at these 2 teams' rosters here, both are decently big teams here, not in just, the normal 5 you normally see. They do have a little bit of depth to them, so we will be seeing some subs throughout the night if we do see the teams want to make any subs here. But speaking of the teams, we can introduce you to the starting lineups here for them. First off, with Mythos Phoenix. At the moment, video's sort of lagging there, but hey, still cool anyway. Tragic and Vex on your DPS line. Raze on your tank. Radical Metal and Punk on your support line here. Now, Joker, you talked a little bit about Punk before the series to us. Do they live up to the hype?
I think so. And also, I want a huge shout out to Tragic as well. We had them on SNO a couple weeks back, and Tragic was just on another level. I think 5 deaths in a 3-map series, which in all of the maps, right? So not just one, 3 maps total, 5 deaths altogether. And obviously that is huge. Raze as well, an incredible tank player. Those two right there are the pillars of this Mythos Phoenix roster.
All right, I like hearing that. But now for their counterparts of RRG from the University of Texas at San Antonio, you have Nene and Nonag on that DPS line, Piercing as your tank, Water, Bug, and Kowser as your support line here. I've seen this team in the past in a couple other tournaments here, Joker, and I'm going to be honest with you, that DPS line, if they get hot, they are incredibly hard to stop.
Yeah, especially if they're able to play Widowmaker and Hanzo, right? I mean, those two characters are so they can take a game over quickly, especially Widowmaker right now, right? That is still in that server admin type of buff at the moment. So it's going to be really hard to get that Widowmaker stopped if they get going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think that that server admin thing is necessarily going to be going away anytime soon here, even though we do have the season 14 patch just around the corner. I don't think there's going to be much change to the Widow here, but I think the biggest thing that we will be seeing tonight from both these teams is probably going to be a little bit of amalgam meta. I mean, that's exactly what we see at almost every point here. No big reason to kind of go away from it, as we've definitely seen in the past, especially these past couple days. You go away from it, you're going to struggle heavily against it, on almost basically going to have to be kind of, committing into a completely different kind of comp just to get anything to work out against the giant Samoan on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to see, right? Because I know Raze likes to play Diva, and obviously I believe Piercing likes to play Ryan a little bit more than that Mauga. We'll see if they how they want to play this. Diva not as good. Ryan is Reinhardt, right? Can't really find value unless you're going insane on it. But we'll see. Like, would I prefer not to see Mauga? Yeah. But I expect that's where we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna end up on as well. But we have a first start. We have our starting map, right? We have Lijiang Tower. Where else were we gonna go, right, Dex?
I mean, hey, this is only the second time I've seen Lijiang Tower this entire playoffs for me here. So this is a kind of a surprise for me, or not necessarily a surprise, but it's something I just don't see. But I always say Lijiang Tower is the best warm-up map in the game. Every team has scrimmed it probably the most of all the control maps in the game. You can play a lot of different comps on it, and it allows you to play, like I said, a lot of different comps, whatever you want. But right now, you are seeing from the side of Mythos that Malka comp. On the other side, though, Piercing rocking with the Reinhardt, something that you said we could see, but I just don't necessarily know how good of an idea this is into the Mauga that can immediately melt them down. But they make a last-second swap here and go over to a Junker Queen instead, and both sides making swaps. RRG rocking the Mauga now.
Yeah, RRG rocking the Mauga and Mythos Phoenix going for the Junker Queen. We saw the Junker Queen can make some statements, right? But we'll see if it's going to work out for him. You need to be able to get alive and well. You need to be able to build up to that rampage of the Junker Queen to really make a difference in this. Is they're already going to rotate to the point, right? So they've got point presence, but they're still going to have to worry about the Malga running through them right now, dueling Gatling guns on the point. Tragic in the backline trying to get something done, but they're very low right now. They are going to go down as Nonag finds that pick, and they're going to be able to come alive, take down 3, and, well, take the point. Nene going crazy on the Reaper.
Yeah, 4 kills there for Nene in that first fight. And this is the scary part about this Reaper comp. No matter what the other DPS is running outside that Reaper, you're always going to be able to just get so much damage in. Waterbug, you see RG playing a little bit of a different variation when it comes to that support line. Normally you see a Brig there. Instead, the Ana, I really do like seeing that. It really slows down the other side here, forces them to play a little bit more passively because of it here. And you see Mythos looking for any way in, and hey, Nene off the map already.
Yeah, it's a huge pick right now. Rays can go a little bit more aggro to not have to deal with that Reaper any longer. Now the commanding shout, but Radical Metal is going to get taken down. A nice anti-nade came in from a water bug there, but then a nano boost is going to come online. On to Piercing. No-Nag is coming back from spawn. On to the Tracer, taken down, and the picks keep coming through from RRG Varsity. This should be locked up 50% and counting.
And only using the nano there is so huge for RRG. Mythos Phoenix, though, you're coming up to a lot of your ultimates as well here, but that percentage bank that RRG is building up here is not necessarily something you're liking. You want to try to take a quick fight here if you want to get anything going your way now if you lose a fight. But RRG, they are in prime position. Cage fight and almost an orbital ray ready to go. Cage might be coming out right now.
Yeah,
it got canceled!
Cage got canceled. Up Nene, though, going crazy. Death Blast and spin to win in the back line, taking out the supports, and that should be that. Done and dusted. They are going to lose Nene, but it's not going to matter. The team kill still comes through.
But look at what Mythos used as well. You see the rally gone. You see the rampage gone. Two huge ultimates that could have been able to help them win fights on their own, gone from this fight. So you're looking at your own orbital ray and your own death blossom now. And guess what RRG has? Their orbital ray and a pulse bomb, something that can immediately end a fight before it even gets started here, Joker.
Orbital Ray online from Kowser in the back, and No-Nag has found Punk out already. This is the beginning of the end. Kowser finding more and more picks as Vex is taken down. Point number 1 going to RRG Varsity.
And this Roadrunner Gaming squad coming out looking incredible. Mythos kind of lagging behind here at the moment. I mean, the Malka comp, you're seeing why everyone's running it at the moment. Yeah, the Jungle Queen can work into it a little bit, but you need a lot of help there. And I love just the small variation of RG here. Playing that Ana, you saw a couple anti-nades they threw there. They were never really focusing on the tanks. They were focusing on the support line where you have No-Nag absolutely there in the back line almost every time. That DPS line on side of RRG Varsity is scary, especially when they're not being checked. And if you're Mythos, you have too many places to check at the moment, and you're coming out on a Diva now. I like the echo swap here from Tragic Vex on the Reaper. So right now, if you're Mythos, this is probably the best comp you can go up against this Malga comp that RRG is running without running a Malga yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Pulling out that echo. The echo is so crucial. We saw it in OWCS Stockholm, right? The Stalker on the Malga, or Malga, the Echo, right? Got the MVP of the grand final. So, I mean, if you can play Malga, play Echo good, but when you're losing Rays early on, No-Nag finding that first pick and gonna help let RRG set this up. They're gonna be able to get this first point and now set up with the Symmetra. This is gonna be tough to get in.
And I mean, honestly, a huge anti-nade there by Waterbug, just get everything started. Tragic can be able to escape there. Nice play by them. And look, a swap coming out here from Mythos. You see Radical going over to an Ana. Braze going over to a Orisa here. They just want to try to be able to at least survive the initial kind of push from RRG, because that's always been where Mythos has been losing here early on so far this series. But hey, finding someone out early would be a good sign as well, as they almost took care of Nene there. But now, finally, Mythos looking like they're going to go for a fight on the point.
Ooh, but Tragic going down is not what you wanted to see here. Dex is there now. We're going to have to try to force him out, but a nice anti coming through. Piercing is so low, you need to be able to kill him, but you weren't able to confirm it before you lose 2 players. Now everyone running for the fences, and they need a reset. And I think, honestly, they need to mirror the Malga.
They need to mirror it here. No-Nag and Nene just absolutely cleaning up yet again. That level 3 beam on Sim's weapon is absolutely scary to be in front of, no matter if you're a tank or a DPS. It will melt you down in a matter of seconds. And look at RRG here now. They're about to have 4 ultimates ready to go. Piercing halfway to a cage here, but Waterbug finds Tragic out again. One of the only ultimates ready for Mythos. Nowhere to be found this fight.
Gonna get slept up. Menene's in the back, taking down Radical Metal, and there they go. All done. This fight's gonna go the wayside already for RRG. 72 and counting. I think, honestly, if you're not gonna be running this Malga, you need to be able to counter out this Ana. You need to go over to Kiriko.
And No-Nag finds Tragic again there. They have the dupe ready to go. They have a Terror Surge ready to go. Mythos almost has everything, but look at RG. They've gone through their ultimates now. They're in a good spot. Cage could end this fight here and now, but you're already seeing everything come out here from Mythos.
Yeah, you've got to finish it off here. Death Blossom available from Wax, and there they go in the back line, but people are down for the count. RRG is just taking no prisoners here. The copy, though, coming in from Tragic. Then they build up to the cage that they need, but they're just going to get forced off the point. And there it goes. RRG take map number 1.
And a very, very dominant map here for RRG. I mean, Mythos, I said it after the first point, kind of looked lost. They were trying to play something a little bit different than the Malga, but you even said it yourself there. They kind of need to mirror it at this point because their DPS are just not having any kind of space here to do whatever they want. They kind of need that, and you need the Malga there just to be a little bit of a bullet sponge. If you're Mythos, RRG, they're playing it perfectly, and like I said, I love the Ana pick from them. It allows them to do a little bit more here because you're seeing when those anti-nades come out and they hit onto someone, you see the Malga either going after them, or if that or if it's hitting the support line, you see the DPS going after that support line there. So RRG knows exactly what they're looking to get here early on.
Yeah, definitely. And I touched on it quickly in the midst of it before a fight broke out. But if Mythos Phoenix isn't going to be running this Malga comp and RRG continues to run the Ana variation of this the comp that they're running, they need to run a Kiriko, right? They need to have cleanse available. And it'll help so much better with their engagements if they're going to be running Queen, right? The Kitsune Rush with Queen and that Reaper is so very good. I think that's something we need to look for going into this next map, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen Diva work. I've seen Queen work going into Malga comps, but you need a lot of help from your support line there and a lot of help from your DPS line. And that's one thing that we consistently saw, especially on that second point, just that the DPS line being taken out there very early on from Mythos allowed RRG to play very aggressively into it, almost to the point where you think they should be getting punished, but they just weren't. I mean, there has to be some changes here going into our second map here of the night, which Mythos will get to choose. Remember, they get to choose map and mode here. So a lot of options for them now, and a lot of options for them to bring us to maybe a dive map, try to force RRG off of the Malga here and see if they can go toe-to-toe with you in a dive comp.
Yeah, we'll have to see, right? Obviously, everything's available besides control for the moment. We'll see how it ends up. We'll see where they decide to go, and it looks like we have the choice. King's Route, you know, might not have been the plan that I would have thought, especially with how well RRG Varsity looked with the Malga comp, with the Brawl comp, taking them to Rush Central, Brawl Central might not be the smartest idea.
I mean, it might not be, but also on this first point, you could play a little bit of dive and the second point as well. And Mythos might be trying to do that, or they're just saying, okay, Lijiang Tower is not going to be our best map anyway, so we're just going to go to a comfort map here in Kings Row. We might be seeing something different from them, or they might just say, okay, time for us to mirror the Malga and truly show what we can do up against this RRG Varsity squad. But if you're RRG, you are absolutely loving this pick. Like you said, it wasn't the pick you would be expecting from Mythos. And RRG probably was not expecting to see Kings Row out here as well. So they are very, very happy about this pick in my opinion. But I mean, if you're Mythos here, the swaps you need to make, you could talk about tank a little bit, but at the same time, your DPS weren't really finding a lot of value there. They were struggling to get anything going. They were always getting caught out, even by just random sim right clicks. They were getting caught out. The support line did what they could for Mythos, but again, in those situations, it was kind of just a rough go for them here.
Yeah, it was indeed. We're gonna see here though. As right now, yeah, still sticking with what worked for them. Waterbug on the Ana. No nag though. On to the Bastion. Not something that I was really expecting, but we'll see how it works for them at the moment. Still waiting to see what Mythos Phoenix decides to run. Because I don't expect Zen Weaver to be the composition, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Okay.
Here's the thing, though. If you're RRG, no next coming on this Bastion for one reason only. They expect Ryze to come out on something like that, Orisa, something like potentially a Reinhardt. Here, I don't think they expect to see the Queen here again. And I mean, Piercing was standing right there, just kind of begging to be shot at the moment. Dynamite already out there, but they know the queen is there, and RRG is playing a very interesting kind of hold here at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're just kind of bait them in right, I would expect, and then they're gonna try to just jump on them. But you know, Mythos is going to try to catch them out here, try to meet them up, and there's the sleep dart coming in, and Piercing's gonna get caught out if they can, or maybe not. The healing, oh my goodness, the healing is so crazy. They're gonna finally take them down. Waterbug and Piercing gone for the count, and this is well, it looks completely different, right? As Mythos Phoenix is gonna come in, team kill, and gonna quickly take point number 1.
Quickly take it. Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what Mythos needed here. RRG, I mean, they kind of rested on their laurels there a little bit. Look, you already see some swaps coming out. Nonag getting off of the Bastion, going over to the Tracer instead, where they looked incredible on the first map. But if you're Mythos, this is your first kind of sign of momentum this entire series. You want to be able to carry it here now, especially as RRG is looking to get set up at Arches. But you look at what Mythos is coming up to here. They are about to have that dupe and Deadeye ready to go here, something that I don't think RRG will be ready for.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially seeing as you're only 60% to orbital ray right now. You're not thinking Tragic has 95, gonna have 100 and raised. It's gonna get caught out though. So they are gonna probably have to back it up here with Nene in the back line, taking Vex down. And they're gonna find Kunk as well. And now they're gonna look to get the spawn hold going.
Yeah, and you already see Piercing just kind of waiting there. Mythos might have to just change their court. What? Okay. That's definitely an interesting play coming out there from Tragic. If it works out for them, okay. But I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they get caught out there by Nonag and Nene. Nene's very low. There is a chance to take him out here. Not going to be the case though, as Nene finally goes down. Raze is going to be able to get them. That's a nice opening pick. Even if you fall down here, you can build upon that. Vex is going to be coming out of spawn, a nice anti-nade, and they're going to be able to take down Piercing. There's the opening yet again, just taking down that Mauga. Being able to get rid of that frontline damage is so huge, and it's going to allow them to move things forward. And we're about to move into an ult fight.
Yeah, a huge halt fight. I mean, you see it across the board, 5 and 5. Expect a lot to be coming out here for both sides. I mean, if you're Mythos, you want to play aggressive here, so it's going to probably be Orbital Ray. You'll immediately see it be respond by Orbital Ray on the other side, but what's the follow-up there? Is it... Okay, Nonag used Pulse Bomb. Didn't find anything, but you immediately see the charging, and Cage is out.
Yeah, and Piercing's going to get caught here. Death Blossom coming in, and they're going to get taken down as well. You're going to invest the Orbital Ray, but that's all you're going to... Oh, no, Nano Boost is going to come out as well. That's all you're going to find, and you're going to take that trade 3 for 2. You might want one of your support ultimates back, but hey, you're still in a good place to take this next point.
Yeah, and you're in a great spot. I mean, yeah, you would like to have one of your supporters back, but you have that Rampage ready to go here from Raze. You could use that almost immediately, and if you landed onto 2-3 people, there's a really good chance you win the fight just off that alone, not needing to use anything else. But RG, they have both their support ultimates ready.
Oh, wait, no, Piercing goes down first, but this Orbital Ray coming in here from Kowser is going to probably seal the deal in the favor of RRG Varsity with Raze falling down. But again, they'll take that, right? You didn't invest any ultimates in that fight, and you got out Orbital Ray. You're going into this next fight at a good, solid advantage.
Yeah, great advantage. I mean, I thought going in the last fight, you were still at a pretty good advantage, but just RRG used one ultimate right there to pretty much seal the deal. Mythos, though, you're still holding on to a dupe. You're still holding on to a Deadeye. It's going to be very difficult for Vex to use it at this point where the cart is and find value with it other than maybe just zoning. Tragic, you're looking at probably duping into Amalga here on the other side, or maybe you dupe into Nene and just try to take care of Piercing very early on, but I expect that Rampage to come out, and the dupe is already out.
The dupe coming out, but Tragic is getting forced back right now. They're going to go in. They're going to try to take out the Ana in the back line. They are going to get swept up. They have Cage Fight available. Deadeye coming through, but they're going to get taken down. Cage Fight coming through. Tragic trying to get picks going. They're not going to be able to do anything. And just like that, the ult economy they had in their favor, right, is gone.
It's just gone, and it's tragic for them right there. I mean, you had everything going your way. This Rampage, though, has been being held on to for too long, in my opinion. Look at what RG has here now. They have both their DPS. They have that Nano, and they're not far away from a cage, which, I mean, if you time it right, you can trap that Rampage in the cage.
We're going to see here. Yeah, that'd be crazy if we see that. But right now we're still waiting it out. There comes the rampage. It's only gonna catch Piercing out. They are gonna be able to take them down, but Nene is there for the Death Blossom Nano. There they go. Take down 3 and looking for more. And Raze is gonna be able to take down Nene, but it's not. There's just too many people left from RRG Varsity. 60 seconds to go, and nothing on the board. They're gonna have this Nano boost.
They know Tragic is back here now. We have a Tracer duel in the subways. Tragic just trying to run away. They recall here now, but I mean, this is a pretty important fight here if one of these Tracers does go down, but looks like it's going to be both of them backing up to the safety of their team. But look at what each team has here. A Cage and an Orbital Ray not far away here for Kowser. On the other side, you're about to have both your DPS or support ultimates ready. If you're Mythos, I think Mythos has the slight advantage here at the moment, but they have to live through the Cage.
Okay, I thought they missed Radical Metal, who's trying to build up, needs to stay alive. They use the Nano Boost to keep Radical Metal in that fight, but it's just not going to happen as everyone's falling down around them. Tragic is going to find Nonag. They could make things a little bit more interesting, especially with a stick coming through. Nana is going to go down. Tragic's still alive. They're going to have a second to they're going to have the chance to touch here, especially if they can find a pick that could be huge, but they're not going to have recall. They got to have to use that, get off the point. Now they got the respawns back. They've got people there. Orbital Ray coming in from Radical Metal might be enough. You need to stay on the point first and foremost if you are Mythos Phoenix, and Piercing is down. Vex and the Sombra finds another pick, and they might have a new lease on life here, Dexatron.
Yeah, this should be able to be enough to get them over the hump here, but Nene, if they can get a couple good chunks into anybody here, they might just say, you know what, I can spare a Death Blossom on point.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it here, and then nice anti-nade they come in. You need to be able to stay on the point. Nene is gonna get the Death Blossom.
Oh,
hey, though, huge from Punk. They are gonna take down Raze. The respawns are coming back. Piercing's on the point. Can they build up to this EMP? No, they cannot. There's so many people gone. Piercing's gonna swing, take down 2. So close to the second point. The RRG are able to stop him on the doorstep.
Yeah, on the doorstep. Hell, they were halfway inside the door and they just slammed it right back in their face. I mean, we talked about so much there. We thought multiple times Mythos had an ultimate advantage, but RRG played fights perfectly, only using one ult at a time most times to help them win and just eat that time bank down. And then, I mean, hell, the fact they stopped them before that second point is insane when you look at it here. Mythos, I thought they finally got something going in this round compared to how Li Jiang went. And I mean, first fight went incredibly well for them, but it was after that, the following fights, they really struggled on RG, made the right swaps to the characters they were the most comfortable on. Nonag going back over to that Tracer was a right pick for them there, and you saw them doing exactly what they did on Li Jiang, harassing that backline and cleaning up all the kills that Piercing was just, or cleaning up kills that Piercing was just doing a whole bunch of damage on here. No big surprises coming out from RRG from what we can see so far. Nonag, I imagine, is going to be 1 or 2 shots before they swap back over to that Tracer and Mythos. This is kind of what I expected from them. Raze on the Jungle Queen. Again, this is a comp that can work, but you need to buy time for your DPS to get in good angles to be able to find a lot of damage and even picks onto those supports and DPS of the other side. The Queen is going to need to be healed up a lot here, though, because as you've seen, Piercing and Nene love just to go straight after them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, we've seen Mythos be to get value. Tragic on this Tracer has done work, but you need the rest of the team to come in and be able to capitalize on the damage or the picks that are going to come through. As Piercing's going to take down Punk already. Vex is going to trade it back. They take Nene out, but Vex is running and is going to take down Radical Metal as well as Kowser. They're going to be able to might just get this point for free pretty much.
I mean, you might see a last-second test here from Mythos, and that's why you see Piercing doing this right now, just poking their head out, going back to point to get healed up. But right now, I mean, Nonag finds 1 on the angle. There's going to be no contest, and you're going to be lucky if Raze even gets the 4. Oh, my goodness.
What a shot coming through from Nonag. As now, 5:30 to push it, 113 meters here, Dex. Things are looking really good for RRG Varsity to take a 2-0 lead in this series right now.
And like I said, Rays not being able to get those 4 spawns means Mythos cannot try to hold at arches. This 5 minutes is going to be a long hell of a fight for them if they're able to do that. But Nonag going to be sticking on the Widow here. And if no one's going to be able to contest them up here, they're going to have free range at one of the straightest sight lines in the entirety of Overwatch here. But you look at the ultimates, that the visor's about to be up. That's the closest thing ready to go. But if you're RRG, you're about to have a cage, and not far behind that are going to be both your support ultimates and that Death Blossom Vex, though. That Deadeye needs to find something this time around. Got taken out early because they were kind of just a sitting duck when they used it.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, hey, you'll even take just some chunk damage, but there's a nice cage fight and is going to take down Rays out of mind, as well as Nene takes Vex 2, and there's the cleanup coming through. A nice fight win. Now this is going to come down to the last fight territory if they even get a chance to touch with the with Nene, and oh no, they're not pushing up.
I like this kind of play at the moment from RG. They're just going to go back, push the car as far as they can before they know they have to push up. Nene just kind of being the recon at the moment, going to fall back once that pressure gets there. But if they can get Rays out of mech here early on, it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier to fight. But Vex, nowhere to be found.
Orbital Ray, though, online. Rays is taken down. Tragic has Pulse Bomb. They might not even, they're going to find 2. They find out, they find out Kowser. Tragic finds Waterbug in the back line. They are going to be able to win this fight out off the back of the Orbital Ray. Punk going down late is going to be huge because they're not going to have to invest that nano boost as well. They have opportunity to come back into this.
And Nene used Death Blossom during that fight there, not finding anything as well. So you lose another huge ultimate that could have been coming up big here in this next engagement. But you look at what RG is going to have. They're going to have both their support ultimates. And Mythos, I mean, they're going to have 3 good ultimates here as well. Rays will have the remeching tool and the bomb. You're going to have a nano, and Tragic has that pulse bomb ready to go, which could win a fight on its own. You see them looking for it.
Yeah, and they're going to find Kowser, who is so close to the Orbital Ray. And you know what? RRG is going to back up. You have all the time in the world if you really think about it. Vex is going to be over on the Sombra as well. And they're going to take this fight. Nene is so low. We're going to get slept up as piercing. Oh. They might get caught out here. The healing is going to be there, though, from Waterbug, and they're going to be able to stabilize for the time being.
And you talked about here, RG, they have a lot of time in the time bank. They don't need to use ultimates here in these next couple fights, but Mythos, they have to. They have to at this point. You cannot just hold on to the ultimates expecting RG not to use any of theirs, and Kowser already finding Tragic is not how you want to start this one.
Yeah, Nano Boost coming out online as well. Kowser investing the Orbital Ray. Self-destruct is available, but Nene's found Vex. This might just be the beginning of the end here. Dexatron with the cage fight coming out online. Nene just looking to take down, chunk down people, and there they go. This might just be it to end out King's Row.
I mean, you do see Tragic there, but how long can they really do this on their own? They blink, they recall. You see the team coming back here, so there's still going to be a chance here. EMP ready for Vex, but there's going to be no EMP in sight.
The torpedo taking down Vex is huge. Rays back on the wrecking ball just as a stall pick. There they go. Taking down the remaining members of Mythos. Phoenix here, Dex. This should be it, and there it goes. RRG Varsity are on up 2-0 with a stranglehold on the series.
Yeah, a stranglehold on the series is lightly putting it here. They've looked incredible. This was a much better map for Mythos here, but it just wasn't enough to get them over the edge. RG seemed to know everything they needed to do. Their play here was incredible. Their communication was even better. You could tell there. That second point contest I thought was not going to happen at all. I thought it was going to be Mythos getting that second point and starting to push it towards third, but no, RG Varsity did everything correctly on the defensive side to make sure that offensive side was easy as pie for them there. And hey, 5 minutes on that time bank, over 5 minutes actually, after you cap first point, just makes it a little bit sweeter for you knowing that you can afford to lose a couple fights here and there and still be pretty confident that you're going to be able to get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I'm not going to huff on copium or anything, but hey, that first map, really bad for Mythos. Second map, a little bit better. Maybe going into this third map, they figured out what's going on for RRG from RRG Varsity, and they're gonna have a break to do to figure out a little bit more. So maybe, just maybe, we're in for a reverse sweep. But hey, we won't see that until we get back into the series. So stick around; you're not gonna want to miss the conclusion of this series right after this.
Got lots of love. Love. 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 Got lots of love. Love.
Our inside here, you get an insight and you know something, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, But when somebody makes you say it, then, and it's true, then it just makes it more beautiful of a thing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here ready to, almost ready to go into map number 3. Still waiting for the decision from Mythos Phoenix. But like I said before this, right? They look pretty bad on map number 1. Look better on map 2. So, hey, it's the perfect chance to come in, take map number 3, and try to swing the momentum in your favor and start to push for a reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, and normally we would talk about what map 3 would be, but we don't know yet. But like you did say, Mythos Phoenix did look a lot better on King's Row. I mean, they had a great start, kind of slowed down after that, and then just got dead stopped right before point B. I mean, it's kind of a heartbreaking, kind of a little bit of a mental letdown as well. You were so close yet so far away. You had won a team fight thinking that would be enough to get you that second point. Just wasn't in the cards as RRG played that second point defense perfectly. And then, I mean, they came right back out on offense and almost put on a little bit of a clinic on that first point, winning it in one fight and doing just enough to make sure that all the picks they got just there capping the point were going to be huge, staggering picks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were able to show out here. They've definitely proved me wrong, obviously, because I didn't think they were much to worry about, right? Because they lost their JV team, right? And was thinking, oh, this is gonna be easy match for a team, right? But RRG Varsity came out. They've been in the lab. They've been cooking up. They've been cooking, and it's showing.
I mean, we might just be seeing how good both these teams are. They might be a little bit, or when you're talking about the two RRG teams, how evenly matched they are. Maybe just that JV team was able to get 3 quick maps on Varsity here, but Varsity, they look like a completely different team now compared to what they probably were in that first round. The Malcolm meta that they are running is looking very strong, and it's definitely been something that Mythos has really struggled into here, even with the slight variations we have seen from RRG here. It always seems like they make the right swaps. Widow was a great start there for No Nag to start off King's Row. They immediately went right back over to Tracer and just kept the ball rolling. That's been something that this DPS line for the Roadrunners have been able to do all night long. Once they get going, incredibly hard to stop, kind of like how I said when we were introducing them.
Yeah, it definitely is. We're still waiting for the... Oh, look at that! I was about to say we're still waiting for it, but we have the map choice. Rado.
I like this pick. I like this pick. It's something that we kind of talked about after map 1. Mythos Phoenix likes to play D.Va. They want to play maybe a little bit something faster, something a little bit more divier. And Dorado definitely is that on all points of it. The Malga does still find value, but it struggles once you get onto the low grounds of any of the points here. So you might be seeing Mythos here telling RRG, okay, it's time to see how good you do on dive, or just kind of saying, you know, run the Malga here. We feel like we're going to be able to beat you on this map.
Well, we're gonna see it, right? I was confused by it, so maybe, just maybe, RRG Varsity is also confused by this map choice. Again, I was generally thinking we were going to a flashpoint map, but hey, we're not gonna go there. We're going to escort. Well, we'll see. I mean, obviously, with the changes to Dorado, it is a little bit easier to run a brawl-esque style of comp, but still dive kind of, like you said, reigns supreme on this map.
Yeah, I mean, even with the changes, you talk about the staircase that we heard a little bit earlier on in the EU game. It's there, but it's not necessarily enough to really get you over the edge. Yeah, you can take high ground pressure on one side, but you still have to push the cart at some point. So that dive comp on the defensive side is always going to work out a little bit better. And RRG, my feeling is they're going to stick with the Malga here, see how long it can actually take them. And at this point, if you're RRG, I feel like you're basically telling Mythos here that we're going to run the Malga until you can beat it. And that's exactly how RG should be taking this. I mean, Mythos has now ran 3 different tanks into this Malga comp and not necessarily found a lot of value on them. The Jungle Queen last map was probably the best that Mythos has looked so far.
Yeah, it definitely has. It definitely has indeed. As we are just waiting to get into the game here in a few short moments. Yeah, the Junker Queen definitely looked better. I still think that Kiriko would be the difference maker, especially since Waterbug continuing to run this Ana can really help obviously mitigate the anti-nades, and then you give yourself another way to go in. You'd have Kitsune Rush, you'd have Orbital Ray. Those are two incredible ultimates to start your fights off.
And very interesting here from RRG, going on the offensive side first. Normally you see defense here from the team that gets to pick sides, but I guess they're coming out here. Actually, nope, they will be on defense. Got confused there for one moment, but you see them here. They're going over to a D.Va for the first time tonight. That support line, not necessarily making any swaps. Waterbug has been incredible on the Ana, and I expect them to have another great map this time around. No nag. An interesting idea here from them. They could be coming out on the Widow. If they do not get pressured out by, say, Vex or Tragic, they're going to have his free reign just to shoot whoever they want here. But if you're Mythos, you looked a lot better last map. You need to put it all together this one here to keep not only the series alive, but your season alive. Oh!
It was almost a profit there. Punk was on the Kiriko for a moment. Is going to go over to the Brigitte for this map now. That was still fighting out that nice pick from Nonag really set the tone for this map for RRG.
Yeah, and like I said, you have to be able to pressure out Nonag a little bit. You have to be making them move around, not being able to get set up in one spot. And that's what Vex has to be doing here. They have to be just harassing them in that backline. Hell, harassing that support line as well. And you already see Raze try and do just that.
Yeah, as we're gonna already see Vex is gonna come in. Nene so low here. Is not gonna go down, but the hack on it to Piercing is there for the moment. Nene gonna take down Tragic, but the trade is there. Waterbug goes down. Slept up for a moment, was raised, but the picks keep coming through from Mythos Phoenix. This looks to be their fight to win as Piercing's trying to get out. They are going to get out for a moment, but I think that's all. Yeah, as long as they're going to get, no, maybe not more. They're going to get that health back and rotate back to their team.
Yeah, but look at this. I mean, Mythos wanted to win that fight so bad. They kind of forgot about the cart, and now they're starting to get the push. Nonag finds Tragic out, and you immediately see Piercing come over to the wall there to make sure their Widow stays alive. Good plays here by RRG, and Mythos now finally starting to get the cart pushing here. But RRG, that cart is in prime spot to get a stop and then just hold.
Oh, yeah, this is the spot to hold it if you are RRG Varsity. Right now, the sights are up from Nonag for the moment, as Trace might have overcommitted for the time, but Nonag is going to get caught out there. Ray's still alive, and the DMAC coming through. Copy on to the Tracer, or not Tracer, the Sombra is there, but it's not going to matter in the end as the rest of the team was able to catch out the remaining members of RRG Varsity. Rays goes wild for 3 there, and there's the point.
And that's exactly what you need there. You get rid of Nonag, you start to see the dominoes slowly fall after that. Piercing not being able to build to a bomb, make sure there's no remech there. And you look at Mythos now, they're in a really good spot here. 3 ultimates, an EMP, that rally, and a bomb, a remeching tool for Raze to make sure they stay in a fight. RRG Varsity coming up to both their support roles and a bomb of their own, so they're in a good spot as well. But if you're Mythos, that EMP should be enough to really carry you through a fight here. But the bomb already coming out from Raze, they don't want to lose them this early.
Yeah, definitely not, as Vex is looking for an EMP, but they are getting caught out for the moment. Top, that was a nice virus coming through. The healing is there, though. Still fighting out. There's the Orbital Ray, though. This is the perfect opportunity to use your EMP if you want to do it. Self-destruct came in from Piercing. Nothing gonna do quite just yet, but Tragic's the one to find Nene. You know, and they're not gonna have to use the EMP in this fight. They still have it. They weathered the storm, and a nice virus from long range. They might just save their EMP for this next fight.
And you're starting to see, this is what we kind of want to see after the first map. RG Varsity just doesn't seem as confident as they were on the Malga on this D.Va. And you're seeing Mythos just start to pick them apart one by one here. They have the EMP ready to go and another dupe here as well. Waterbug's EMP, I don't necessarily know how much value you're going to be able to find out of it, but hey, finding one early on does help.
EMP comes through. The picks are going to be there. Nonag finding 2. Nano boost on to Nene is there, going to help focus down Radical Metal. And Raze is going to get staggered out here.
And Raze, they're going after kills here, but there is a very, enticing edge of the map there that you probably should have gone to first. This is going to slow down Mythos here a lot. And I don't want to go looking back at previous maps, but you could go back and look at Kings Row, where, I mean, Mythos was looking good, lost one team fight second point, and RRG Varsity found everything they needed, and they're already continuing here, getting rid of Punk early on. But Mythos, look at the ultimates they have here. A huge anti-nade, though.
A huge anti-nade indeed. Vex is so low. Slept up in the back there is tragic. They're going to get caught out by Piercing as well. Now they just kind of need to get this reset. They have the ultimates to take this fight, right? But they need to stay alive.
Yeah, they really do need to stay alive here. RRG, though, I mean, Nonag does have this visor ready to go. I imagine once they know that next engagement is coming through, they're going to immediately be popping it, and that's exactly what they do. Duplicate out here from Tragic onto the Diva. They want to play aggressively here, Joker.
Yeah, Nonag is running for their life right now. Orbital Ray coming through. Trades are there. The picks keep coming in from Mythos Phoenix. They do lose Vex. They do lose Radical Meadow. Another pick coming in from Nene in the back there, as they did get that copy onto the Diva. Finally going to go down as Nene. Self-destruct coming in from Piercing. They're taken down, though, and there's the opening that Mythos Phoenix is desperately wanting, but they have to worry about the respawns coming in from RRG Varsity.
And can they get back in time? I mean, we saw this thing last time, but Nonag, that's a huge pick.
Huge indeed. Waterbug, though, is going to be the one to touch, and they're lost both of their supports. 60 seconds to go. Raze is in the front line, just trying to choke down everyone that was trying to touch. They have this self-destruct that can just invest if they want to, but they're not going to need it, as they have a new lease on life, as they're going to be able to push into map or point number 3.
2:15 on the clock now. They're about to have 3 ultimates again. RRG, I mean, they're about to have both their support ultimates. Can win you fights on their own. We've already seen it already, but Kalzer getting taken out early yet again. That Orbital Ray would have been so nice in the previous fight to potentially hold point 2, but now if you're Mythos, that cart is free rolling at the moment as you see the Divas just chasing after each other.
Ooh. Another pick coming in, and a down for the count. As Tragic's finally getting the space to roam free, finding pick after pick. Nonag finally getting out of spawn, taking down Vex, and Radical Meadow going as well. What a shot coming in from the Widowmaker. And now we're going to have to see a reset most likely come in from Mythos Phoenix, with Raze falling down, getting demeched.
And they're going to be staggered out here, and this time there's no edge of the map anywhere to be seen. Put to sleep with the sleep dart. Now going to be put to sleep, actually, after an even longer stagger here. An incredible play by the Roadrunners. And look at what this does to Mythos. They don't want to do anything. Nonag can play aggressively here, knowing no one's going to eat their shots. And Tragic, well, they ate a shot right there.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Not good at all. Dexatron and Pulse Bomb coming out from Nene, and Vex is down for the count. 53 and counting for Mythos Phoenix on this attack. This is Radical Metal going down. These sights are true for Nonag. Tragic goes down. And wow, 40 seconds to go. They have the ultimates, though. It is going to be a highly contested fight if they can get out of spawn.
Yeah, they have the ultimate, but like you said, if they can get out of spawn, that's the biggest thing. Can they actually get out? And Nonag gonna be taking an off angle here. They could find a very, very early pick and slow down Mythos even more.
There's a nice pick, though, from Tragic, able to take down.
Oh my goodness!
Puck losing the shield for just a moment. Goes down. They are going to trade it back. Nonag is down, but you need that rally for this fight. And they're going to now be able to get out of spawn because of that pick coming in from Tragic. Now the fighting of the Divas on the point. There's the Orbital Ray, though, coming in from Kalzer. Nano boost onto Piercing. Trades are there. DMAC coming in onto Raze. EMP coming through. Nothing quite just yet, as they still have to wait it out. You need to stay on the point. Tragic is going to be able to get out. Waterbug, self-destruct going to be able to come through from the copy Diva, as now Mythos Phoenix has an opportunity to keep pushing forward.
Mythos has an opportunity, but Piercing didn't use their bomb there, and I like that play from them. They're able to now hold it onto it for this final engagement here. Nene has a pulse bomb, and the only thing Mythos has is this Orbital Ray here, but Radical almost gets taken out early.
Punk going down first, and now Radical Metal going down is not what you wanted to see. Tragic trying their best, finding Nene out. Vex is still alive, but they're going to get caught out by Piercing, and this should be the end of it all, with Raze getting demacked. Tragic's going to have to touch for a little bit, and they're going to try to get in there. The overtime ticks so quickly away. And RRG or Varsity are able to stop them on the doorstep of point number 3.
Yeah, RRG, give them a lot of credit. They stopped the bleeding there. Mythos, this, like we said, they've been slowly improving as this series went on, and by far, this has been their best map all night long. Can they finally put it together, though, and win it here? It's absolutely possible, but RRG now seems warmed up to this Diva comp a little bit. You saw Piercing getting kind of aggressive with it. That means they're comfortable. No nag on the Widow. If they stick on it here and Mythos, again, it's not able to shut them down. You saw what they were able to do there, basically just slowing down Mythos multiple times there towards the end. They had about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes that, hell, a couple picks from Piercing, a huge stagger on the Rays, and No Nag making sure Tragic got sent back to spawn. All that time banked down to, but really only one true fight left.
Yeah, we're going to see here. I mean, obviously, there is a chance, Dex, that they can hold on to this map, right? They got pretty far, but we'll have to see, right? They need to play almost perfectly now, going into what could be their final side or round of the tournament here.
Final round of the tournament, final round potentially of the year for them. You don't know what might be next for a lot of these teams after this one here, but I like what RRG is doing here. I like Winston on offense a little bit better than a Diva here, and No Nag going to be sticking on the Widow. Again, if you're not ready for it, one huge opening pick is all you need to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, right now, obviously they're going to be forcing them out, Piercing on the Winston. It's going to be pushing back, pushing people forward. It's now they are going to be up close and personal with Mythos Phoenix right now. Vex very low, going to get taken down by No Nag in the back line there. Now the sights are up for No Nag down this corridor, looking for the shots, but they might not even need them. Punk is going to get taken down by No Nag. The trade is there onto Piercing. But I think that's all they're going to be able to find, with the DMAC coming through with a long-range focusing beam.
And Rays, I mean, RRG knows exactly what to do with his Diva. They're just going to stagger them out here, fall right there, and now a long time before they're going to be able to get back. And I don't know if Mythos can even try to contest this without their Diva, and it doesn't even seem like they're going to try. I think that's the right thing to do, because you would only be staggering yourself out here for the next engagement. But if you're RRG, hits all signs go. You want to play fast, knowing that Mythos has to play slow.
Yeah, they're playing quite fast here. As Piercing was so pushed up. No Nag is going to get caught out. Great opening pick, right? They needed that. They need to keep the sights away from No Nag. As now Nene going down. Piercing's going to follow them quite shortly afterwards. And now they're going to set themselves, maybe not. No Nag just able to find the shot from spawn here. As RRG Varsity now setting themselves up for a good retake.
This is the thing that Mythos has to learn at this point. You cannot over-aggress into fights here. You cannot overextend. No Nag will be there to punish you on this Widowmaker. And now you see ultimates coming up here for both sides. You could have a Kitsune rush here if you're Mythos, and you could use that pretty early to catch RG off guard and even try to force out some ultimates on their side. But again, if No Nag's alive, you have to know where they are.
Yeah, you do indeed. As Radical Metal now going down as well. They're fighting it out on the point, but well, that's going to be a short-lived fight here as well. As Nene finding Rays late. Tragic going to try to get back to the rest of their team.
And, I mean, you're seeing RG. They got comfortable with this dive comp now. Everything's going their way. No Nag is definitely helping them out a lot, always finding an early pick. And if you're Mythos, you're coming up to a lot of ultimates here for what could be final fight for this point. You're going to be using them as No Nag already investing the visor here, so they're looking for that early head.
Yeah, No Nag, though, is going to get caught out, but Radical Metal is going to get traded out as well. And Nene on the Electric Cowboy going crazy, right? Finding so many picks for RRG Varsity, cruising their way to point number 2.
Deadeye coming out just to put a little bit of a cherry on top of that one right there. Like I said, Joker, once this DPS line here for RRG gets hot, they are incredibly hard to cool down, and Mythos is learning that here. You look at Mythos now, 5 ultimates ready to go here, 5 minutes on that time bank for RRG to basically complete the map. Mythos looked a lot better going into this round, but so far they're kind of going back to their old ways we saw in maps 1 and 2.
Yeah, we are indeed here. And Radical Metal falling down. Did they get caught out of their orbital ray too? Piercing in the back line with the Primal Rage. Takes down Vex. Looking for more. Are they going to be able to find someone? Piercing. Is going to take down Punk, but they do go down, but it's not going to matter. Maybe not. Raze is going to find another one. They're just going to, RRG is going to reset now.
And they're going to allow Kalsar to actually escape with their life here. I thought you might see a little bit of a contest to go after them just to try to stagger out RRG and eat some time off that time bank. But you look at where that cart is now. Yeah, it's slowly moving back. But, I mean, one good team fight is all they need. Mythos, though, I mean, give them a lot of credit. Only the orbital jacks coming out there that last engagement, they were able to win it without anything else. I mean, good job by them, but they still have a very, very long road ahead of them here. And they need to make sure all these ultimates find some value.
Yeah, definitely. Right. You're going to be happy at the moment. Kitsune Rush coming in from Punk to start off the fight. Ray is going to get D-Mech. Going to have to use that self-destruct to get back in it to Mech for the moment. Another pick comes through, and they're going to be able to take this fight yet again. An anti-nade coming through. Vex is going to overextend. They need to stay alive. A Piercing is there with the Tesla cannon, able to take them down. And now this is a perfect opportunity for RRG to just go back into this now with the orbital ray coming in from Kalsar. Copy coming in from Tragic onto the Winston for themselves as Punk is down. Vex back from Spawn, taking down No Neg. Copy not going to find any value, but Tragic with a focusing beam takes down their counterpart. Now on the point, this Deadeye finding nothing. Piercing just kind of in the back line, focusing people out. No Radical Metal going to get taken, but Piercing's the last person on the point, and the hold is there for Mythos Phoenix.
A very expensive fight for both sides right there, but if you're Mythos Phoenix, you're taking it one fight at a time, and honestly, you're very, very happy with that last one. Yeah, you used a couple ultimates, but look at what you built up there. You have a bomb. Raze needs to build that up here pretty quickly, and an orbital ray not far behind. Cannot have it go to waste this time around, especially as RRG. They're about to have a dupe and a primal rage of their own here. You've ate half that time bank right now. If you're Mythos, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, but you cannot falter now.
You cannot indeed. Piercing is going to get taken. No way. Punk goes down. Radical Metal is going to be able to use the orbital ray, but Vex is going to get caught out there. The trades are going back and forth, but at the moment, RRG Varsity are definitely in favor, especially they're the only ones touching the point quite for the moment. Raze is going to come through over the top. Self-destruct coming in. Not going to find anyone onto the point, though. People are there. They've got the chance. Tragic can build up to this this copy, but Punk going down. You need to be able to stay alive. There's nothing on the board for the for RRG Varsity besides this pulse bomb. Can you stay alive? Can you build up to a no, you cannot. You cannot build up to the copy because Tragic is down. And Nonag gonna find the stick onto Raze as the picks keep coming through better and better for RRG Varsity for the moment. Radical Metal down, Raze going down, everyone falling down like a house of cards come crumbling. Mythos Phoenix is out. RRG Varsity take the series 3-1, 3-0.
Yeah, a straight sweep here. And again, Mythos looked better in this map, but RRG Varsity, they got a lot better on this dive comp as the map went on, and you saw it here. The 5-minute time bank, a lot like what we saw on Kings Row. They had a large time bank going into that final point push, and that's all they needed. They knew they could take a couple fights to just get themselves set up, and set up they did. A great series here for the Roadrunners as they'll be moving on to that next round and face off against Inenra. That's going to be a really tough matchup for them there, but this was a great series for them, especially after getting bounced to this lower bracket by their JV team, their brother team in that first round of the uppers. It was a great series for them.
Yeah, it really was. That Inenra, like you said, that Inenra matchup is going to be really difficult, but right now we don't know how their mentals is, right? Going down to the losers bracket as the #1 seed could have really change the way they're thinking about playing Overwatch, right? And with how strong RRG Varsity was looking, especially on the Mauga composition, this is no easy task for Inenra going into round #2. We'll have to see how that goes forward. Hopefully, it'll be on stream here, Dex.
Yeah, and hey, one interesting thing last night, since I was actually able to cast that winners bracket finals matchup, I asked, I forget who we talked with there from Big T-Tar fan, but they said they were actually hoping it would be RRG Varsity that would claw their way through the lower bracket here to make it all the way back to the grand finals to face off with them there. I mean, maybe you're thinking that's, if you're a big T-Tar fan, maybe you're just kind of throwing that out there, wanting a little bit of an easier opponent, or maybe you truly do think that this RRG Varsity squad will be enough
Yeah.
to give us a good show.
I mean, if they continue to play like they did today, they're definitely going to keep putting on a good show. We talked about it in the beginning, right? And we talked about it a little bit before Dorado. If we let the DPS line of RRG Varsity run wild, they're going to run wild on you, right? And that's what happened. No Neg was just on a different level. Nene as well, right? That was just incredible stuff from that DPS line. We are going to head to a short little break here, Dex, because we have an interview with someone from RRG Varsity. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss that interview right after this.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
All right, everyone, welcome back. We've got Piercing from RRG Varsity. First up, good evening, and good job on your match.
Thank you.
All right, I want to start off here. You guys seemed really comfortable on the Mauga meta. Do you guys think you have a really good understanding of how to play the that Mauga composition right now?
Depends on the team we're playing against.
Not a bad answer here, but we touched on it before the series here tonight, and we saw it a lot throughout the series. Your DPS line there of Nonag and Nene, they seem to be an incredibly scary duo once they get going. I mean, when you're playing as a tank, knowing you have a DPS line like that, does it take a little bit of pressure off of you?
Yeah, they kind of carry, so I don't have to do much.
Absolutely. But now let's focus on the other line here, that support line. They did an incredible job throughout the night, and you guys always seem to be running a little bit of an off variation when running that Malga comp. You had the Ana instead of the Brig there. While I do like that, what is the reasoning that you guys are doing that?
We don't have a Brig player. One of our DPS players' account got banned for some reason, so he's unfortunately not allowed to participate in the tournament as of right now. We were playing where I was playing the Brig, and we had Nene on tank, and that was working out pretty well for us. But then that happened, so we had to make a lineup swaps. Neither of our support players that play support full-time play Brig, so we've kind of had to adapt to the meta the best we can.
It's working out well. It looked really good there for those 3 maps. Now, we want to know, I mean, obviously, going down to the losers bracket after your first match is a tough one. Do you guys think right now, after that map victory, do you have the mentals, do you have the capability to push through this lower bracket and go on a run here?
We'll have to see. Like I said, I think the main reason why we are in the lower bracket is just because we had to make those swaps. We had to adjust to the meta very quickly. There is going to be a patch coming in pretty soon, so hopefully that favors us. I think we're a very strong dive team, so I'd like to see it go more towards that. So we'll see what comes in the next week.
Yeah, that is a you know what? You just reminded, that's going to be a complete wrench into this playoffs with that patch coming up soon. But other than that, Dex, you have any more questions here?
No, not at all. But hey, man, before we let you go for the night, we want to give you the floor to shout out anyone or anything you want.
Shout out to our coach Puddles for putting up with us.
All right, man. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your night. We will let you go and enjoy that victory with the rest of your team. Again, man, thank you.
Good night, guys.
All right, good night. Well, that was piercing. The tank from RRG Varsity. I mean, a great performance by them here tonight. And it surprised me a little bit when they talked about the fact that they think they're a very strong dive team. They looked incredible on the Malga. The dives are very slow for them, but going over to something a little bit more divey, especially with this patch coming up next week, might be something that favors this team. And it might be something that, they might have to wait one more series with here. They might have to go up against Enenra before that patch.
Yeah. I think I agree with them, right? They looked really confident on that Winston when they played it. But yeah, that just remembering that we're having a patch coming in the middle of playoffs, right? And maybe they finally nerf Juno. Maybe we see a huge meta shakeup, and that could just put these playoffs on its head here.
Yeah, Juno's gonna get nerfed, and we're gonna be in the age of the Life Weaver. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see what that patch does. You also have the introduction of a new tank, so you might have that become the go-to tank when they come out, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how the teams kind of deal with that. We talked about last night. It's gonna be really fun to see what happens, what changes we see, and especially a lot of teams are kind of hoping that we're going back to something closer to dive than what we kind of been seeing lately, especially with that Malga meta. But it would be just completely off the wall if Malga kind of gets nerfed, but instead we go back to something a little bit more brawly where you see the Rhine, maybe even the Queen and the Orisa come back out and play.
I feel like if we get away from the Malga, we're going back to Orisa or maybe Ramatra. I think we're just going to be in a perpetual state of it's just a perpetual state of Orisa and Malga being meta every other season here. But hey, maybe Juno gets maybe Juno gets nerfed here. Finally nerfed into the ground, and we don't have to see Orbital Ray be the end all be all of every fight.
Yeah, absolutely. But Joker, that will do it for us on this stream. However, there is another stream tonight, actually, in a couple of minutes to boot here. You have Tanuki going up against Nightmare Rotation. That is going to be a really, really fun one. And I mean, that's going to be one that I stick around to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna cast it, but then I was like, oh, it's at 10 o'clock. I need to sleep before work. So I can't do that because I'd probably be done around midnight, and I want to be asleep before that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a really good matchup. Tanuki, obviously, coming on a very big rise, right? Coming into OWCF, got some good exposure there, and then obviously Nightmare Rotation, the end all be all one trick team right now. That's doing very, very well as well. So stick around for that. We're definitely going to be able to raid that stream. Actually,
It'll be on this
will
channel.
not be raiding. We'll be sticking here on this channel. We're going to go, we're going to go dark for a second, and then we'll run it back up with the open tier matchup right after this. So we're going to end it here so we can get that live for you now. Thank you all for watching. It's been me, Joker's Ransom, him, Dexatron, Headrammer on the for the production, and then Mara on the observing. That's going to be it. Thank you all for watching wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.